Steve, the theme of MIXX this year is Fueling Interactive Advertising's Creative Revolution. What does creativity and interactive mean to you?
Well, I think creativity and interactive is really about finding the right solution, right? I mean, the one thing we focus on is how do we create fantastic experiences for our consumers and then for our advertising partners and clients. And interactivity creates or offers kind of an infinite source of creativity. Everything from big impact, brand awareness kind of opportunities, as well as high engagement, personal one-to-one communication. And I think the real trick we need to sort out is how to optimize, given what the advertiser's looking for, what our audience is engaged in, really find the execution that's perfect for that situation.
There's been a lot of talk in recent years about the changing roles of marketers, agencies, and publishers, and how in many instances those roles have even merged. How has that change impacted the way you do your job?
Well, certainly there has been a pretty dramatic change in the way advertisers, agencies, publishers all interact with each other. And I think one of the things that we've seen happen, because there's such a diversity of opportunity on the creative side, is really a much more collaborative environment. We work very well with agencies, very well with the advertisers themselves, and for us it's identifying the kind of collaboration that is going to get to the optimal solution for that advertiser. Despite the evolving marketplace and the amount of change that has happened, really two things remain the same for us. One, primary focus on the consumer, creating an outstanding experience for that consumer no matter what the media platform is. And secondly, serving our clients. And those two things haven't changed. Within that, though, interactivity offers a huge range of potential solutions, and finding that right collaboration and that mix of roles between us and the advertiser and the agency to get at that solution is becoming the key component for us, is figuring that out and striking the right balance.
You've been involved with the IAB for a very long time. What, in your mind, is most important about MIXX and the IAB to the interactive industry?
So I've been involved with the IAB for about a decade, and it's kind of shocking to say that out loud, but it has been a long time. And the evolution of the interactive media industry is, I think, showcased by MIXX and this event, as we're bringing together people from across the entire industry and all components of it to start and engage in the right collaboration to move this industry forward. And when I first got involved with the IAB, again, quite a while ago, there were still questions about the viability long-term and the impact long-term of the medium, interactive media, and how it would play out over time. And I think those questions are completely answered. It is a hugely impactful, critically important component, not only, again, for the consumer, because that's where the consumer is, but for advertisers to reach that consumer in the right kind of way. So I think MIXX showcases that evolution and the importance of interactive media for advertisers, for agencies, and for media publishers.
What do you think the single most compelling trend in interactive media is?
Wow, the single most compelling trend in interactive media, I think that's a tough one because so many compelling things are happening in interactive media right now. But I think if I were to boil it down, when you look at things like community and social media and personal engagement, you look at the huge reach that interactive media is now achieving, the choice that consumers have, I think I'd boil it down to consumer empowerment. I think the thing that is happening now in media is consumers are being empowered to engage in whatever form of media that they want, wherever they are, at any time, on any device. And the interactive sort of revolution or evolution that's been happening is fueling that, and I think it's only going to increase over time. So for me, I think it's consumer empowerment.
And on that same note, what do you think the consumer wants?
Well, I think what the consumer's looking for is what they want, when they want it, where they want it, and so what that means is their choice of content, information at any place, at any time. And I think they're getting it. They're beginning to get it. And I think this is all fueled by consumer engagement. I think the early days of interactive media and the internet in particular, a lot of it was fueled by business ideals and technology. Look what this technology can do. This will become a big business. And I think what happened back then was the consumer was not there yet. Just because people could do it didn't mean they were going to do it overnight and switch their behavior. Well, that behavioral shift has happened, and it's happening. And now consumers are really engaging in media in completely different ways, and they're coming to expect it. And I think that's been, great for them and great for interactive media.
How do you prioritize and focus on what's important when there's so much vying for your attention?
Well, there is a lot going on, and so how do we stay focused on the important things and the priorities is key. Again, for us, the first and foremost, it comes down to the consumer. We are here to serve our audience and serve our consumers with the best experiences we can possibly create across a range of media platforms where we optimize for each individual platform. So we stay focused on the consumer, and that's what drives what we do. And we stay focused on our clients and our advertisers to ensure that we're delivering for them as well. And we think if we deliver for the consumer, it will create that much better opportunities for us to deliver for our advertisers along the way. So it's really those two things,